episode of Gracias Come Again. Today, I have the chosen one in the building. Welcome, Edgar Berlanga. Come on.
Thank you.
Hype yourself up. Hype yourself up.
Thank you. A little bit. You know I'm humble.
I know you are. How you feel? You've been running around the city for the past few days. I see you.
Working with my publicist, Canelo, working with the team, handling stuff here in the city. Every time I come to New York, I'm always trying to be active, and getting things done.
Listen, this is your city. This is your city.
Yeah.
When you get here, you hit the game, you hit Brooklyn, you outside, right?
Yeah.
You active?
Yeah, for sure. I was born and raised there, that's why sometimes I feel like, I can't be here no more, It gets too crazy for me, Everybody calls me when I'm here in the city, they're like, yo, Edgar, everybody's looking for me and stuff. I feel like, and that's why I'm in Tampa now, I feel like I'm away from everything.
Is that for training or just for like your own well-being?
For training and my own well-being, I feel like I got more, tranquility over there, more peace, just away from the noise, I think, and I feel like, my life, how it is now, it's a lot, going on, between my career and just my life in general. So, I feel like as a celebrity, as a known fighter, I think my best place is to be somewhere where I'm isolated.
Yeah, as I feel like as fighters also you tend to want to have, shut out all the noise in order to be able to really focus and lock in the way you need to perform the way you do in that ring. So I don't blame you, but we love you. New York loves you, Brooklyn loves you, Boricuas love you.
Yeah.
So, you got to make sure you stay in contact with the people, and you touch base with us every now and then.
No, for sure. I'm always out here. My son is out here and stuff. My family, my mom is out here.
Oh, your son is out
here? My sister out here, my whole family, So I'm still here, but not here. You get what I'm saying? But I like to, sometimes just be out there in Florida and just lock in, on my life, my career, and especially my relationship with God.
I love to hear that. God, number one.
Always.
Now, you say your family's still out here. They're still in Brooklyn?
My mom is in Manhattan, and then my sister's in Jersey.
Mom is your everything.
Yeah, I love my mother. She definitely she went through a lot, you know what I'm saying, through her trials and tribulations and everything, you know what I'm saying, especially with my father going away, doing prison time, and her having to hold us down, working 2 jobs, me and my sister's shelter homes.
Is your father still down, or is your father out?
No, he's out. He's been out for a long time already,
How long was he in?
He did 7 years, his first bid, came out 3 years, and then he did about almost 5. Me growing up, I wasn't really, he wasn't really in my life as much, but, I feel like spiritually he was, and, my father's my everything, he's my manager, and, I'm here where I'm at right now, one, because, obviously because of God, but 2, my father, he kept pushing me, he didn't let me give up. He didn't let me stop going to the gym. He always had me in the gym every day, picking me up from school. Even when he went away, when he had to do his time, he was still checking up on me, calling, making sure one of my coaches that was training me at the time would pick me up every day from school, to be in that gym.
Who decided Lil Edgar is going to fight?
I have no clue. My first sport was actually baseball before boxing. Like, I started playing baseball, I went on a team, and then I started boxing, and I don't know, I feel like boxing chose me for sure.
Really?
Yeah, boxing chose me. I used to watch, like, I was in love with Trinidad, my family, you got the Boricuas in the house, when Tito fought, it was like the whole, my grandmother, my uncles, all my grandmother's friends, they
It
was
was like
drinking.
an event at home, right?
Yeah. I was young. I was 2 years old, 3 years old, and I remember, like, certain fights, watching him, and I knew about boxing because of him. That was the only fighter I knew growing up, was Trinidad, until obviously I got into the sport, and then.
So Camacho was like before your time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I never really watched. I never really watched Camacho like that. Like, I was never like, and he's a fellow body. He's from Spanish Harlem, but I've never like watched them and was like, yo, that's a guy I want to be like.
So it was Tito Trinidad.
Yeah, it was Trinidad. Yeah, it was Trinidad. Trinidad was the one that, like, when I turned pro, I was always with my body flag and everything. But, like, going back to the question you asked, boxing chose me. I feel like I came out my mother. I feel like a fighter. 2 weeks after I was born, my dad went to prison, and then I was in the ICU as well. I was in the ICU, so he went away for 7 years. 2 weeks after I was born, and then I was in the ICU. I was having seizures and everything. You know what I'm saying? So I came out already fighting for my life. So I'm a fighter at heart already. And like I said, boxing chose me. When I started boxing, my dad put me in the gym when he came home when I was 7.
This was in Brooklyn?
Yeah, in Brooklyn. Yeah, in Bushwick.
Do you remember the gym? The name?
Yeah, it was called Brotherhood Boxing Gym. It was inside a church.
Is it still there?
Nah, it's not. Yeah,
Oh,
they moved. They still in Brooklyn, but they moved to Wyckoff, and I forgot where, Wyckoff and Stanhope or Stockholm, I believe. But
what do they have up there in the walls to commemorate you? Your picture? What's up there? Do you go back there at the gym?
Damn, I haven't went to that new gym. I haven't went there in a while, in a long time.
Come on, Edgar. What's going on? You gotta pop out.
I know. But yeah, it was that one was in St. Nicholas between Gates and Palmetto, and it was a church. And you know the head coach was he was a pastor, Ray Quadrado, and then Benny Roman was one of my first coaches. You know, that started training me. And there was a whole bunch of kids in the gym. My dad came. He was like, and he told my dad like, "Yo, you got a son?" And he was like, "Yeah." Then my father brought me in. He was like, "Yo, you wanna box?" And I was looking at the kids hitting the bag, and I got excited. I was like,
"That's what's up."
I was like, "Yeah, let's get it." Next day I was in the gym, and then I started going 3 times a week, and then I was a natural. I was just good, and they put me to spar with like a guy that was like, I think the owner's son, and
an adult.
he was not the owner's son. He was like he was around my age, like 2 years older, and he was good. You know, he had more experience than me, and I beat him up.
You were like, I'm going in.
But my father, he didn't care. Like he was happy that I got talent, but he told me he wanted to see. He told me this like years later. He was like that. He wanted to see what happens when I get beat up. How I'm gonna react. Yeah. He said that I'm gonna know if the sport is for you or not. But he never told me nothing. He just wanted to see. So he told my coach, "Yo, put him with somebody that's, you know, that's tough. You know, I want to see what my son's gonna do." And the kid beat me up.
And how did you react?
I was crying.
Llorate.
I was crying, but I was crying and I was like, "Daddy."
Were you crying because you lost?
"Daddy, I'ma F him up." Right there. My father looked at me and started laughing like, "Yeah, that's what I like." And then my father was like, "All right, we're gonna see." I was like, "I'ma F him up, Daddy. I promise you, Dad. I'm a pro." And I was going crazy, crying. And then they put me back in the ring with the kid, and I beat him up.
And you've been boxing ever since?
And yeah, that's it. I've been boxing ever since. I started 2006.
Have you ever had a job outside of boxing? Tell me the secret. Come on.
Yeah, I did.
What was it?
I was my first job ever was Postmates.
Word? Delivering food?
Yeah.
I like that.
Delivering food. Nobody knows this.
Really?
Yeah, I went to
You were in a car or in a bike?
No, I was in a car. I had a yellow truck my dad bought from the auction. It was like $2,500. It was a beat up yellow truck. It looked like a taxi.
What kind of truck? I need to know the details.
Damn, I forgot the name of it.
Anyway, that's all right.
But it was old school. Like it was yellow and I looked like a taxi outside. So I used to sometimes when I used to go delivering food, people used to try to go inside my car, like trying to open up the door.
You were locking the door?
Yeah, I was like, no. There's like, we thought it was a taxi. I was like, damn.
Who told you had to get a job that you decided I'm gonna do Postmates? Was it your mom?
Nah, nobody. Cause I was tired of like, you know, I was amateur and stuff, and I see kids like, you know, making a little money, they working, and me, I wasn't really making money. I was always asking my dad for money and stuff. But I went to orientation.
Like college?
No, like the
Postmates?
For Postmates, you know, like to teach you, you got to download the app. It was giving you like,
yeah.
I went
in person.
I went in person.
That's
I went, sat down there, got they signed me up. And I was right to work, and then I used to check the app. I used to look at because Postmates have days like on the weekends, like, and they'll tell you like throughout the city like where's it hot, and it was always hot like in the Lower East Side. It would show like super red lights where you get a lot of calls, and I'll just be working. I start work like at 9 o'clock at night, and I finish like at 4 or 5 in the morning. And it was crazy.
When did you decide I am not doing this shit right here?
I don't even know. I just stopped.
You turned off the app one day and never turned it back on?
Yeah, I never turned it back on. But like, one time I delivered food and this white dude, that was another thing. So I used to deliver to like real nice buildings in the city, and some white dude like gave me $100 tip cash. I was like, I wanted to start screaming. Like, $100. That's why like now that that obviously
that you got it.
I got it. I tip good. Because I know what it means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how it feels. You know, I make sure sometimes I even over tip. You know, like if if it's 20%, usually you gotta, you give 20%. I'll probably get like a little 22%. You know, just cause of that, because of the feeling, I felt when that man gave me $100. It was I felt like I was rich.
And you want to duplicate that. You're like, yo, what that man made me feel that day, I want to do it for someone else.
Yeah, for sure, because I know how it feels. You know.
Now let's talk about fatherhood. Your son is everything to you.
Yeah.
Everything.
I love my son, man. I wouldn't say knew what was love, but having him, like, now I know what's love, like real love. Like, I look at him and I'm obsessed with my son. Like,
it's real love.
Like, I look at him, like the other day I was looking at him and I was just staring at him. and I was staring at him, and then it's getting me a little, emotional and stuff. I was standing there, I was just locked in on him. I just couldn't stop looking at him. He was like, "Daddy, why you looking at me?" And I was like, "Papi, I love you, man. Like, I love you a lot." He was like, "You love me?" I said, "Papi, when I look at you like that, don't get scared. I'm not mad at you. I look at you like that because I love you, man." And he's like, "Okay, Daddy." So he starts he starts coloring, and I stare at him again. He looks at me, he goes, "Daddy, stop. You love me." And I'm like, "I love you, Papi. I love you a lot, man." Man. So I always do that to him. Like, I always stare at him. I just look right in his eyes, and I can't believe there's somebody that looks just like me.
That you created.
That I created.
Right? You're looking at him, right? You're like,
my son's mother, obviously she created,
had parts, right? Yeah.
But it's like, I gave birth to my son, right? Like, it's crazy.
You cried the day he was born?
Yeah.
I could kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Feel like I want to cry now. You just talking about your son.
I love my son so much, man.
What's his name?
I love him. Chosen.
Oh, I like that.
And then my name is the chosen one in boxing.
Mm-hmm. Chosen Berlanga.
Yeah.
He already got the boxer name if he decides that he's gonna get in the ring too.
Yeah, he's
right?
gonna be a superstar. I don't know what he's gonna be, somebody in life, man. He has that star power already. He has that
spark has been activated.
that charisma. He walk into a room, he shakes the room up already. People love him. He's a sweetheart.
He doesn't feel shy when you go places and there's a lot of people. He doesn't clam up.
To a certain extent, I say like out of 100, he's probably like 80% not shy. The other 20 is depending on his mood. You gotta catch him. Like, if he's in a real good mood, he don't care. It could be 100,000 people outside in front of him, and he's gonna do what he do. If you throwing a song for him, he's gonna act like he's rapping and stuff.
Oh no, he's born to be a star. Then.
Yeah.
You ever hear performing already?
Yeah, he's performing already.
I love this.
He does his entrance and everything.
He takes after you. That's what it
is. Yeah.
How does he feel about watching your fights? Does he watch your fights like back at home, or has he been to one of your matches live?
Yeah, he's been to a lot of them. The one that he never stops talking about was me and Canelo.
Word?
He had,
what was so impactful? Like, what had him, that he's still talking about that years
I feel
later?
like the event was so big.
The energy?
The energy, it was just a lot of people, and
big.
Chosen knows, he's a baby, but my son is not stupid. He knows that he's 4. But he knows, obviously he always talks about Canelo. I'll be like, "Who you want to fight?" He'd be like, "Canelo."
He already got his opponent?
Yo, he got his opponent. I'm like, "You're going to have to fight his son then, man." But, yeah, I think it was like more the magnitude of the fight, how big it was, my entrance, they had him, my brother Pablo had him like on top of his shoulders when we was walking out. He was like pumping his fists at everybody, screaming like, yeah. Everybody was like, boo. He's like, ah. He didn't care.
He's your son.
Yeah, he didn't care. But yeah, he's been around. I got him used to the cameras and the lights and stuff.
Would you do reality TV?
Yes, 100%.
I can see it. I don't know why I feel like I would
want you to. You like the 100,000 person that said that?
Well, I feel like you would be good on screen, especially with the career, everything that you're working on right now, and you have chosen.
I want to be. That's something I want to get into, acting. Yeah. I had, the Creed, the Creed 3 movie? Mm-hmm. Like the last Creed that came out? Yeah. Well, the fighter, the Mexican guy that was tatted up, that was, in the movie, he was Michael B. Jordan's fighter. Because Michael B. Jordan turned into a promoter in Creed 3. That was my role.
And what happened?
I lost it because I tore my bicep in the fight, and I couldn't continue.
Damn.
Yeah. I signed the contract and everything.
Are you serious?
I swear to God. I'm not even lying. You got asked everybody that's out there, like, yo, I heard Berlanga was supposed to be the one like the main like one of the main characters in Creed 3. They're gonna be like, yeah.
How did you tear your bicep? Don't tell me it was in the gym.
No, it was in a fight.
In a fight, at least that.
I won the fight, but I tore it in the 3rd round, and I fought 7 rounds like that. So, and then around that time, a month later, I had to start like rehearsing and stuff, and start going through the whole process.
You weren't gonna be ready.
Yeah, I had to get surgery. I had to get surgery and everything, that rehab, and the studio wasn't trying to like cover me or anything.
We just got to think about the fact that, it wasn't a career-ending injury.
Yeah, for sure.
Roles are going to come and go. Your career, now that's forever.
Yeah. So, 1,000%. I'm blessed, and I feel like I was, I was crying, because I was trying to speed up recovery, I was begging y'all. Michael B would call me, like, yo, I'm trying to talk to them, man, like, I'm trying, bro. I want you on this film with me, bro. And I'm like, please, man, I'll sign a contract that if it tears again, bro, like,
I'm not suing nobody.
I'm not suing them. Like, that's good, man. And he was like, oh, let me call you back. And he'll call. He tried, yeah. But those people they're powerful, and they don't. He told me, yo, they don't care if it's me, if it's the Rock, Kevin Hart. He was like, bro, they don't care, like.
It's a film, and there's millions of dollars. They're like, nah, so we can't take the risk.
I'm like, damn. I look at that film now, and I'm like, if me and him was on that, because before my fight, I was talking to him, and I was like, yo, man, like, I was like, yo, Michael, man, I know, you got the ladies and stuff, but, me and you gonna
forget it. You and him together is over. Me and you
together is over, man. You heard? I was like, I'm gonna be the new hot chick on the block. You heard?
But everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like this is the end of Creed anyway.
Yeah, I feel like God has something bigger planned. You know what I'm saying? I'm well connected. Sean Pecas, E. Ferreira and stuff.
Oh no,
that's family. So I'm connected in the game, and I'm just waiting on my time. I feel like it's just God's time. That I feel like that time wasn't my time to.
That wasn't your moment.
Yeah, it wasn't my moment for sure.
It wasn't the role for you,
Yeah.
And God dictates every move. Every door that opens, every door that closes, it's all orchestrated. That role wasn't for you. I'm just glad, that your injury wasn't a career-ending injury.
Yeah, exactly.
Because how devastating forget a role.
I won't be the same.
There's more.
I love boxing.
Boxing is your life.
Boxing is everything that made me who I am.
What else do you love? Do you love anime? Do you love cooking? What else do you love?
No, I don't like cooking. I suck at cooking. I don't even know how to make breakfast.
What? Oh, of course. Typical guy.
Yeah.
What's your breakfast?
Pancakes, turkey bacon, eggs.
I'm still waiting for the cooking.
What else?
French toast at least?
French toast,
omelets?
Oatmeal. Yeah, I can make an omelet.
All right. So?
And I love music. But people don't understand that I really love music.
Let's talk about music. I've been, I follow you on social media. I see the videos. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? I see some music. Edgar's going to get into music. Then I see you, crashing out, talk about, why can't I do music? This person does this person does that. I'm like, what's going on? What's the deal with music?
So music, I've been a part of music like basically all my life because of my dad. My dad was,
What's the connection?
Yeah, my dad was like, he was about to be deep into the music, and then he went away. He got arrested, but he has his good friends, like a brother to him is Elias, White Line,
okay.
Elias, and that's family,
The label.
Yeah, so my dad was the one that he was one of the guys that brought reggaeton to Brooklyn, like to Bushwick.
Your dad?
Yeah, he's one
What's
of
your dad's name?
Berlanga, my name, Edgar Berlanga.
What, same exact name?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy to find.
Yeah. So you do your research and you be like, yo, the Puerto Ricans that came from PR and to Bushwick is my dad, is a part of that. And my dad always been around music, like Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, all of them. Like my dad was around all of that. And then I love music since a kid. I always loved singing, and listening to music, going to concerts. My dad was home. He'll take me. And I listen to a lot of music, but different music. I don't just listen to certain music. I listen to everything: bachata, salsa, reggae, freestyle, R&B, 90s, 80s, 2000s. Hip hop.
So you're like a musical encyclopedia.
Yeah, like I love music. Like if I go through my Apple Music, you'll be like, damn, you could be a DJ, cause I know music.
Who do you train to? Who's your go-to? Do you have a go-to album?
A go-to album?
But you're like, yo, I need to lock in. This is the album I'm putting on.
I like 50 Cent sometimes, like in the gym.
You wait for the gunshots before you go?
I like Miniman. I like Wangsta. I like Fat Joe. You know, my brother Fat Joe. I'll be there, yeah. I'll be in the gym. I'll be playing that, you know, that hood stuff, you know. But and then in 2021, I wound up actually like going into a studio for the first time in my life. I wound up going into a studio for the first time in my life.
Like to record something or to visit?
Like to visit. And I went. When I went, you know, I went inside and I had a friend of mine, a young kid, that was he was making music and he wrote a song.
A producer?
No, he's an artist.
Okay.
And he asked me, yo, come to the studio with me so I could I want to record this song real quick. And I was like, I'll go with you. So I went. It was in the Lower East Side. I went in 2021, pulled up with him. And then I was just joking. I was like, yo, let me see what you wrote. And he was like, what you gonna do? I was like, I want to say the first verse. So I said, yo, put the beat. I put the headphones on and I said it. Boom.
It was a rap song? Or what was
it was a rap song.
Mm-hmm.
I said it. I took my headphones off. The producer, you know, the engineer was there. He was there. He was like, I said, yo, play it back. He played it. It was like, wait, what? I was like, play it back. And it sounded real good.
This is 5 years ago?
2021, yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finish the song. So then it was like, for real? I was like, yeah, we're gonna go back to back. I'm gonna go, you go, I'm gonna go, you go. And then we went like that. Mm-hmm. And then we did the song. And my first song I did, and then I was like, yo, shh. And then we had went somewhere and I played it. I gave it to the DJ. I gave it a Spin King, to DJ Spin King. I sent it to him. I said, yo, play this real quick. He played it. And I seen people bopping their head to it. And I was like, oh, shit.
You were looking around. You were like, this could be something.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking how I'm thinking now about music. Like, I was just like, whatever. And then I did a music video.
You were like, we can make this happen.
Yeah, I did a music video with him, but I never put it out. I never put it out there. And
I'm a hit Spin King. I'm like, text me the video with Berlanga. I want to see it.
Yeah, and then like 2 years, then I stopped. That was the only thing I stopped.
What made you drop the music? What made you kill that dream right then and there? Was it because you needed to be locked in with boxing?
With boxing, yeah. And I wasn't like too. I was like, it was my first song. I wasn't thinking like, yo, I'm gonna be an artist or anything. I was like, nah, whatever. And I did the whole video and everything. And I got a little nervous because I was like, damn, if I post this up, people's gonna look at me like weird. I was worrying about what people think. The perception. Like, that's what really scared me, was me posting it up and then people people having like a sour taste in their mouth towards me.
People judging.
And I just cut it off, and I didn't even do anything with the music. And then fast forward in 2023, I went back in the studio, and I did another song called Prosper. I haven't put that. Nobody knows about that song, but it's like a song of my life. And then I did another song, a Spanish one, like a trap, and I put Slater on it. He's a Latin artist. And then I did another song called Sticky.
Where are all these songs at?
In my phone.
You gotta play me something when we're done.
Yeah, and then I did Sticky. Mm-hmm. It's like more like that. Sticky is like you could put like a bass swag on it or like a Cash Cobain, and then that was it. And I'll show people. I don't know. Waterberg. His name is Orlando. He's big in the music industry. So I had took my little nephew King C. He's from Harlem. He's about to blow up. He's 10 years old. He's Puerto Rican from Spanish Harlem, and they want me to help him with the music and everything. He's fly, long braids, pretty boy.
He's the next one up.
Yeah, his music is amazing. He had his own concert. We threw a concert for him for his birthday, like a birthday bash thing. Sold it out. He's a beast. So I took him to Waterberg's studio to meet the label and stuff, and they played his song, and I started playing like the Sticky and everything, and they was like, "Yo, man, you make music, damn!" But I still wasn't too fine. I was like, "I'm cool." And then it came this last one, the one that's going viral now that everybody's posting up about it.
But what changed now? Why can we see the music now? Why are you publicly sharing it? What's the difference now?
I feel like now, I'm not really worried about what people think anymore or what they're going to feel about me. As long as I'm doing right by people, I got a good heart and, what I'm saying, and I follow God's lead, you know, and I'm praying and I'm, you know, staying on the right course. At the end of the day, people that's gonna talk, I notice that anybody that talks bad about me have less than me.
Can we talk about that for 1 second? You know, everybody always be like, "Do you know Edgar Berlanga? He's such a nice guy. He's such an amazing guy." And every time, you know, I watch you fight or your name comes up, everybody says you're such a nice guy. But then online, people want to hate you so bad.
Yeah, online, I'm the most hated.
Like,
I don't know why.
how do you think this narrative got created that we were to hate you or we don't like Berlanga?
Yeah, it's because I bring the hip hop culture. You know what I'm saying? I bring that hip hop culture to boxing the same way Floyd did. You know, and that's why they hated on Floyd. They expect boxers to be like these people that's like wears buttons and you know what I'm saying, button up shirts and suits and ties, like, and no jewelry, and you know you gotta be like, you know, like a real serious person, and you know you gotta just be like, yes sir, and you don't talk, and you just going in. And I noticed like that don't make you the money. You know what I'm saying? Being yourself and, you know, it's an entertainment at the end of the day. Yeah, we fighters, but boxing is a entertainment sport. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment. You have walkouts. You know, you see a lot of, you know, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, Crawford. You know, like, it's entertainment. You know, you see Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying, his last fight, you know, he had a whole concert for his walkout. You know, it was dope. And people, you know, people don't think about that. You know, they just think about, oh, this guy's not humble. But, man, listen, I'm the most humblest person in this world. I feel like, you know, if I see a bum outside and he don't have no sneakers, I'm the type of person, I'll take my sneakers off and give it to him.
And
you know?
That's what I've always heard. So I've never been able to make the connection of, like, how does everybody behind the scenes tell me he's so amazing, but then online it's just such a big problem?
It's bad. And in the beginning when I started getting hate like that, I went into like a depressed mode a little bit. You know, I started feeling like depressed at times because I was like, you know, I'm always on Instagram, you know, watching my stuff on Twitter, and it's just bad, man. Like, I could post up a picture of me and my son, and they trashing me. I post up a picture of me and my mom, they trash. I post a picture of me and my son's mom, they trashing us.
So now it's just a sport. They're just doing it for fun. It don't even got nothing to do with what you're posting.
Yeah, but and then, you know, after my last fight, you know, they still going, but I just started praying more and now that I'm living to where I'm like, I don't want to like live for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to do music and box at the same time, that's exactly what I'm gonna do, and nobody's gonna tell me nothing.
And good for you.
Because the music is good. It's not like the song that I put out was trash. When I put the song out, everybody's hitting me about it. You know what I'm saying? I had Coquihuela in the studio, and I was making that.
Oh, he did it with you?
No, he was there just listening to me, and he didn't say nothing in the beginning. He stood quiet, and then the next day he called me. He was like, yo, man, this is a hit, you know? And so I was all right, you know, like, so I just want to do the things that I love, you know what I'm saying? And not really go over what people think and judge.
All right, so we're going to go full force with the music. What we doing with the music? Talk to me.
Nah, you know, boxing is first, you know, that's my main income. You know, that's boxing
that's
is
your
my
main
everything.
Love.
That's my first love, you know. But I always said, you know, like I never had something like to fall back, or, you know, like you see, like I look at guys like Canelo. Canelo's one of the guys I really look up to, and I look at him and he's a guy that loves golf. He's a guy that loves horses. You know, you got fighters like Earl Spence, you know, Jr. that loves horses. Fighters gotta find that balance, and with
other outlets.
Yeah, because too much boxing, you bro. I feel like that's what people start getting crazy and they start losing it, you know. And I'm never, people ask me, yo, you play basketball? Yo, you play baseball? Yo, you, and I'm like, nope. Yo, you watch basketball? You watch? No. Football? No. What you do? I'm like, just box, but I sometimes be losing my head because if I'm not in the gym or I'm not boxing, I feel like I'll be lost. You know, I don't know what to do. I'll be like, yo, like I'll be like blank, like with nothing.
And music is helping you with that.
And music was like boom, but you know, I made music. Mm-hmm. I got like 5 records on my phone. But it's cool, you know, like
But do you have the record that you're gonna put out and we're gonna be like, say a word?
No, I got this record I got is crazy. This one is it for sure. I know this record is gonna be.
Is it the one that you shared on social media?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
Baby Mama.
Okay.
Baby
Mama. I already see it going everywhere.
It's going everywhere, and listen, I don't like putting pressure on myself or anything. Like I like letting things just flow, and that's exactly what I did, and it grabbed legs and it's going now. And people, I'm getting DMs like, yo, like people now are like, yo, Edgar, man, thank you so much. I didn't like you at all
Same
before.
word. This is it.
I swear to God. They're like, yo, I never liked you at all, man, but I listened to one of your interviews, and then you seen that post you did on TikTok, that they posted you on TikTok live saying that you doing music now and you boxing at the same time and don't stop dreaming, and continue, to to be on line with what God has for you, you know what I'm saying, and don't fear anything. And thanks to you now, man, I'm finding myself again, and I'm like, oh man,
you're out here inspiring
like,
people.
All right, cool. Like I'm actually motivating people, because people, how much people felt like me in 2021 that probably want to do something and they're scared because of what people are gonna think.
All the time, people tell me, they're like, I want to do this, but I don't know what people are gonna say.
Boxing is different. It's a fighting sport. You got to go in there. You got to let your things hang. And you got to go in there and
you got to be explosive.
Yeah, you got to be
powerful,
explosive, but
confident, all that.
But to have something like that and then jump into something else, it scares you. People, and I wanted to give motivation to the kids out there that's scared to be anything, because they feel like, oh, my mom is gonna judge me, or my family, or my friends are making fun of me, You know how many times kids are in school and you got, a group of friends there that's making fun of them because they going to basketball practice and like, yo, man, you're not gonna make it, man. You ain't nothing, man. Like you ain't going nowhere. And I feel like my story is gonna be able to help a kid like that. My story is gonna be able to help a grown adult that's in the same situation doing something else is gonna help him succeed.
So, despite what the comments say, you taking this risk and sharing the fact that you love music and want to do music is totally worth it to you.
Now it is, yeah, because I know the song is good. And they know that I'm not, they already know, like, when I first they thought I was, like, transitioning over into music.
Like you were going to quit boxing.
Yeah, like, I'm quitting boxing because this song is so good. They're like, yo, you're going to quit because it sounds actually good. And I'm like, nah, man, like, boxing is everything for me. I want to prove myself and prove to the world that you could do anything. And I want to become world champ. I want to become a bigger star in the sport and have the #1 record in the Latin industry. Like,
you're going to be untouchable.
I want to be #1 in Puerto Rico. I want to be #1 in Chile. I want to be like, that's how, plus I'm winning fights. Plus I'm being a star in the ring and outside the ring.
You're going to be like, book me to box tonight, and then the next day I'm going to do a concert, as long as my face looks all right.
Yeah, and then, if I do a concert, I spoke to my coach. I said, yo, coach, I want to have my same team. I don't want to switch nothing. My team that I have in boxing is going to be with me in the music, yeah. And if we have a book and we're not in camp, obviously if we're in camp, it's done. But if we have a booking and we got to do a concert, I'm doing a concert, and next day we getting up and we going to the boxing gym and
we
working.
get all the bags. Huh?
Yeah, and we working. Just staying locked in. That's the most important thing, and discipline. My coach is telling me, Edgar, it's gonna take a lot of discipline, but you got it. That's the same way you move in boxing. You have to move it how you doing it in the music.
And as long as, you're disciplined, you're focused, and you love what you do, you'll be great at what you do, whether it be music or whatever it is that you decide that you want to do.
Yeah, because, like with boxing, I got an eye for boxing. Like, I love boxing. I love, how people like good fights, like guys fighting, going, blow to blow with each other. And,
Listen, I'm a huge boxing fan. I know exactly what
they clash. That's not.
We want action.
Yeah, I like action. Don't get me wrong, I like action, but I also like the skill, the sweet science. Of boxing, what I'm saying, the hit, don't get hit. But it's crazy because I'm a fighter, I'm an action fighter too. But I'm also a technician, But I love boxing because it's a science, You have to hit somebody and not get hit in order to win, And I love that about boxing. So with music, it's the same thing. I like to listen to the beat. I like to listen to my voice. I know when a song is gonna be what it is, And I study a lot, and I'm also learning, like me being in the studio. The guy that's actually producing my song he's a big deal in the music industry. His name is he has two names. He goes by Denotes on the beat and the beat in there, and he produced Toda with Raul Alejandro, Alex Rose. He produced Dalte with Alex Rose, Mike Towers, the remix.
Oh, these
that went diamond. These are big records that on YouTube got 1 point something billion views, So that's the guy.
No offense to you, but sometimes production makes the record. So if you already got it locked down with production,
and that's my boy, man. And you know what's crazy? When I did the song, I had to go to his house, and the guy that helps me, helps me write, his name is DM, and he's a huge deal in the Spanish industry. He writes for everybody, for Bad Bunny, J Balvin, a lot of people he writes for. And when I recorded, well, I went to Dino's. I went to his crib to finish recording, and he let us in his into the studio, but he didn't even go inside. Like, I said what's up to him. I said what's up. I didn't even know who he was. I said, yo, what's up, buddy? Went, started recording, finished the song, and then my boy DM was like, yo, you know whose crib is this? I was like, who? He's like, Dino, he goes, the billionaire on the music. I was like, oh yeah. He was like, look, he showed me the wall, and it was like diamond, like it was like platinum.
All types of plaques, yeah.
Plaques, platinum plaques, diamond plaques. I was like, yo, and then we go to the garage. He's like, this is him, and I was like, I lost it. I was like, cause I know I hear his name every time in the record. You know what I'm saying? Like on the biggest records, I hear his name.
And you just casually said hi to him and went right in the back?
No, I said, yo, what's up? Yo? We started talking. He's like, yo, man, you really want to do music? I said, yeah, just try, something I like doing, I do it for fun. And he was like, I was like, yo, but I got this record, man. It's called Baby Mama. I want you to hear it. He was like, yo, I was hearing a little bit of it, but he said, I'll go in there and I'll listen to it for you. I was like, yo, let me know if it's whack. If it's whack, tell me the truth. But if it's good, be honest, He
was like, I got to take the hit.
I go inside the studio. We played it. We played the whole record. He was bugging. He was like, this is it. This is a hit. I'm telling you, bro. He said, I make diamond records. I make platinum records, bro. He's like, this is the one. This is the bottle right here for you. He said, yo, I'm going to produce this record for you. He's the one that asked me, like, and I was like, for real? He was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to help you. I'm going to produce this record for you. I was like, say no more. I was like, all right. He was like, yo, and then that's how everything, he started producing the record, and he got it sounding crazy right now.
Can we stream the record right now?
No, it's not out yet. I'm waiting. We're gonna be waiting. I know we can't wait too long, but
what's coming first, single or comeback fight?
Both.
Simultaneously?
Yeah. I got some big news about to pop for my boxing career this weekend. So stay tuned. It's gonna be huge news. And everybody's gonna be super excited.
Finally, we've been waiting for this.
I know. Everything takes time. Obviously I'm not signed with nobody, but it's gonna be a big major announcement this week coming, and I'm excited. I'm happy to be back in the ring. We should be back in the ring in May. And then towards the ending of this year.
You picked your opponent already?
No, we don't. We haven't got an opponent yet, but we're gonna be looking now. But
are you gonna be gaining weight, or are you gonna be losing weight?
Not losing weight. Losing weight. Yeah, but I'm good on weight right now. I'm making sure.
Where you at right now?
185.
Oh, didn't expect
184, but I fight at 168. But
that's why I said.
But usually, fighters walk like around 30 pounds, 40 pounds overweight. And I was that type of fighter. Walking around 35 pounds, 30 pounds. Cause I'm a big boy.
How do you even shave that off?
Just, it says a lot of discipline, a lot of locking in, and just, you got to eat right, but it's also taxing on your body, and I was doing it wrong. I wasn't living the life of an athlete, meaning, I was just, eating.
Only if you were training, you were living that way?
Yeah, I'll say that, and I'm saying it, public, because, a lot of fighters do tend to fall into that, especially, when you get a lot of money, you got fame, and I got a lot of other things going on, a lot of other businesses, I got a family now, outside of boxing, I take care of a lot of people, so, everything falls on me, and, I started noticing, I'll be walking around heavy.
Does it feel hard on your body? Do you just not feel like yourself?
Nah, not that. I don't feel like myself when I'm in the gym, when I start camp, or when I'm starting, like when I do my pre-camp.
It'd be hard?
Yeah, because you got to drop, weight. Imagine going into this camp and, you got to worry about weight.
No.
Or you got to worry about that you can't eat certain foods, or you got to eat a certain amount of food because you got to drop a certain amount of pounds every week. It's hard. And, I come to my conclusion, seeing like the greats, like Floyd Mayweather, Terrence Crawford, Andre Ward, those guys I look up to, man, that, really respect the game. And, they always walked around 15 pounds to 20 pounds over. You know, max was 20 pounds, but they always stay in between their weight. So that way, when they in camp, they're comfortable. You know, and that's just living the life of a fighter.
Now, I know we talk about your comeback. I was in Flushing last July. And I've never seen such a group of people be so shocked. So, I don't know. The amount of noise, you know, when that fight ended, I've never heard it. And I've been to a lot of boxing matches. I feel like every fan in that building, you know, in the Armstrong Stadium was a Berlanga fan.
Yeah, a lot of.
How noisy was it for you when at that moment?
Yeah, it was a lot, you know, that happened during that fight. You know, and I just leave, like I said, I just leave it in God's hands. You know, mm-hmm. God is the greatest, and you know, I give my Lord and Savior all the glory. And I know a lot of people felt weird that night. It was.
The energy was just different because it was just like, I felt like everybody around me was just there for you.
Yeah, everybody was. So when it happened, how it happened, my last fight, people was in shock. They couldn't.
I was in shock.
A lot of people, even me.
I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
I was lost. Like, when the fight ended, I was looking up and I seen all the lights, mm-hmm. and I was even, you know what's crazy? That I wasn't even upset that I lost. I was upset because I said, how? I worked so hard. I was in 10 times more shape than I was for the Canelo fight, and I fought a legend. And I was like, yo, how can this just happen like this, you know? And it was a lot of things that, you know, that came about that people started doing their research, you know, and, you know, about, you know, the suspicious hand wraps and stuff with the guy. And it's a lot of weird things, you know, how my face swelled up. So a lot on my right side, my face was swollen. Like I got hit by a pipe, and the left side of my face was like super duper normal. And that was the same hand wrap he left. Like it was a lot. And I was like in a limbo. I went into a bad depression.
After?
You know? Yeah. I wasn't right mentally. I know for sure I wasn't right. I know I wasn't right. It was a lot that took, you know, me losing to Canelo. It was like a victory for us and for Puerto Rico. You know, that fight was a war. You know, he beat me, but I fought.
But it's Canelo.
I fought a legend. That's like one of the guys fighting right now, Floyd Mayweather, or fighting Manny Pacquiao right now. You know. I'm the only guy, so it was that type of night, you know. But this one,
was just like,
yeah, it was weird, man. You know, and like I said, I didn't even get to train that. Like, I didn't have a long training camp with Canelo. I was training, but you know, we was prolonging with the contract because of the pay, you know, because of the money. We was trying to get the most money, and you know, we wound up going into camp and doing like a 5.5 week camp with Sheeraz. I knew what I was up against. You know, I knew I was up against, you know, the biggest, you know, Sheeraz. It wasn't really Sheeraz, but it was, you know, the people that's his promotion. You know, I'm going to his promoter. You know, I'm not signed with Turkey. You know, I'm not a ring ambassador. I'm none of that, you know. I came in there not signed with anybody. You know, he's a ring ambassador. That's like Turkey's baby. So, you know, I already knew, like, yo, I got to come in here in shape, man. Like, I can't come in here joking around, you know. I gotta make sure. And I went and I spent almost $200,000 on camp, just so I could be in Boulder where I was at for the Canelo fight. And I wanted to be in Boulder because that's how I got prepped up for Canelo, and I looked amazing. So I said I want to go back over there for 10 weeks, and that's exactly what I did. I wasn't playing. Like I was so in shape, man. I was like, that's why I was popping so much. You know, I was popping so much.
Oh, you definitely was popping your shit.
And I had to. You know, people don't understand, right? That, you know, Turkey was telling me, yo, it's 50% sold out. But my fan base is real New Yorkers, like real Spanish, Latinos. You know what I'm saying? My you know,
I had to park so far. I was like, bro, what am I doing
Yeah, but
here?
you see, like, nobody knows about, nobody ever threw a show at the Louis Armstrong Stadium. You know, either you're going to fight at the Hulu Theater or the Mecca, or you're going to fight in Barclays Center, and when you're in New York, you know, when there's a big fight.
But we popped out for you.
No, yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's crazy, you know, just the event, you know, and I had to pop a lot of stuff because I'm like, I got a little nerve. I'm like, wait, hold up. I can't be main event and this thing be 50% sold out. You crazy? How that's gonna look? That's gonna look like, man, yo, Edgar, you ain't nothing. You're not no king of New York. Because, you know, that whole week I was like, oh, I'm the king of New York. They gonna be like, man, you know, you're not no king of New York, man. And
so you had to turn it up because Turkey was in your ear, like, yo, we gotta sell these tickets?
Nah, not the thing with Oscar De La Hoya. I wanted to do that to him. I wanted to do that to him because I feel like that's what really turned it up and made the ticket sales like blow crazy. Boxing. But I had to do that to him because he's always picking on me. You know what I'm saying? He was always like, he's a guy, he's a legend. Like, dude, you're a legend. We look up to you, man. And you know, we had to do that. You know, but it's all love at the end of the day. You know, he did like fake diamond test on me. Like, he tried to test my diamonds.
You know, it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
It's all love.
I feel like with boxing, it's like you guys go back and forth, and you know, sometimes you have certain personas. Yeah. Sometimes you're like,
and that's like I'm the first boxer that actually like, quote unquote, like disrespect him. You know, but he disrespected me too. You know, at the end of the day. Like, I don't
sparring.
I don't take nothing personal. He doesn't either. You know, like, he had the guy come with like test my diamonds, and the guy was like, oh, it's fake. He's wearing fake diamonds. You know, so it's all love. Like, at the end of the day, it's good for the sport.
Oh, of course it is.
I love it. You know, that's why, like, I would never take that day back because I'm like, yo, that we did that and we blew, like, I feel like we, like, crashed social media bad. You know, like, it was everywhere. And I like that, you know, because now that I see fighters doing it, I see a lot of fighters now, like, acting crazy. And I like it because I'm like, I like this. It's entertainment, you know?
How do you feel about exhibition matches?
Like with, like, the influencers and stuff?
Mm-hmm. What do you feel with boxers,
I mean, it's cool.
Let's say Paul and Tyson. How did you feel about it as far as what it does for the boxing as a sport?
You're bringing in different eyes, man. You know,
okay. So it doesn't bother you?
Nah, not at all. I feel like boxing is growing now more because of that. Because you got people that's non-boxing fans becoming boxing fans now, you know?
Okay.
Look at all those streamers. Neon, Aiden Ross, all these guys. They never threw a punch in their life. And they know every fighter. They know about boxing, you know? And that's through Jake Paul. I feel like that's through all these influencers, you know. A lot of streamers now are getting into boxing, and I feel like boxing is in a good place right now.
All right, because I always wondered. I'm like, I wonder what boxers feel as far as, like, you know, is it, you know.
You know, sorry to cut you off. You know, the people that hate it is the people that make no money.
Okay. He's like, let me tell you who hates it.
That's for real. Like, they hate Jake Paul because he's a guy that started boxing 5 years ago. Literally 5 years ago, he could go on Netflix and make $100 million one fight, you know, and then fight another fight and make another $50 million, and then fight another fight and make another $50 million. You get what I'm saying? So,
is that fair? Let's say for a boxer that, you know, can't do that, but is just equally or even more talented.
You can't hate on. That's why I would never hate on the next man. You know, I don't care. He been boxing for 5 years. God chose him to be blessed in his space, and what he's doing, you gotta respect it. You know, he worked. He didn't get that just cause. You know, he had to go through his. He had to go through. He had a long road. You know, he was on Disney Channel. He was here. He was there. You know, he was. You know, there's a lot that he went through. I know. I seen his documentary. Him and his brothers and stuff, and his family. You know, so at the end of the day, you got to respect him. You know, he came in 5 years in the game and came and took everything from boxing and made a lot of money.
All right, so Berlanga has no issues with Paul being in the ring.
No, because one day maybe I'll fight Paul.
Ooh, why not? I can see it. Those bags be big.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus, why not?
I say it like it's entertainment at the end of the day. You know, boxing has changed. You know, this is real life, and people, yeah, you know, it's a brutal sport, but it's entertainment. You know, and what sells. It's entertainment because you got guys that's 2-time gold Olympic medalist, multiple-time world champion, but they're boring outside the ring. Nobody wants to watch you, dude. You know how many fighters I make more money than that got more gold medal, belts, world champion, 2-3 times. Either we making the same amount of money or I'm making more than them, and it's because. You're not bringing nothing to the sport.
You know how to put it on.
You know, you have to have the whole package. I feel like in boxing, you could be a little bit good, but if you have the whole package, you'll go further. You'll go further than a lot of fighters.
So it's safe to say we still gonna be rocking these furs. We still gonna be rocking these bust downs.
Yeah, of course.
You pretty much are a persona. You're like,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring it, and y'all gonna give me that bag because I'm entertainment.
Yeah, and that's the, you know, that, like, at the end of the day, I know that brings hate because not a lot of people could put it on like me. But, you know, I seen the era of Fat Joe. I say Fat Joe like because when I was a baby and I was in the shelter, I used to watch Fat Joe on MTV, you know, on all these channels, you know, lean back, and I see all the big long chains with the do-rags, and I used to look at Nelly with, you know, when he had the Band-Aid on his, you know, and Soulja Boy. Like, I seen that growing up. You know, I'm from New York, the city. Like, I'm from here.
You lived it.
I'm from the trenches. I lived in Hunts Point. I lived in Webster Projects. I lived in Douglas Projects. I lived in Bruce houses.
Oh, you did your rounds.
You know, I'm in Bushwick. I'm from Bushwick, so I've been around. I seen it growing up since a kid. When my dad was outside, my dad had the Escalade, the white Escalade, brand new of the year. You know, 2003 Escalade with the music inside. You know, and I used to blast. We used to put a system in there, blasted the music. We running through Knickerbocker. You know, so that's like. That's me. Yeah, it's who I am, 100%.
It's who you were created. Like, it's what you grew up with. It's what you observed. And, you know, even if they want you to be more humble, even if they want you to tone it down, even if they like, here he go.
But I feel like it's just boxing that's.
Oh, yeah, no, with boxing.
Like no. Because if I was in the rap industry, look at Fat Joe. I look at Fat Joe. Fat Joe puts that on. He puts it on.
Oh, boy, does he.
His shoe game, his I know he has at least spend over $100K a month on clothes between him, his wife, and Ozzy. Mm-hmm. You know, but we come from the culture.
But then on the other side, then we have Bad Bunny and chancletas with his straw hat, and people love him so much too. So, you know, it's like, it's give or take.
Yeah.
What are you going to gravitate towards as a fan? Are you going to like the flashiness, or do you want somebody who's just super humble?
Yeah.
Let's see what route you're going to take as an artist, because you're going to enter, you know, a totally different, you know, realm. You going to be the flashy artist? I kind of feel like you are.
I'm going to be both. Because I'm the chosen one. I'm chosen. I'm anointed, so I could do that. I could be the flashy, and then whenever I don't want to be flashy and I want to just wear some Walmart shit and go perform, I'm going to do that, you know? But a lot of people, I do understand, like, when you dress like a Bad Bunny like that, you like a lot of more fans gravitate towards you because there's not a lot of people that have money, you know?
And they do.
So when you have chains on and $300,000 watches and you gotta, not a lot of people have that, so they feel like they're an outsider, you know?
It breeds envy.
Yeah, envy, and then some people get like scared. They dim their light because they're like, damn, like this guy has chains on. He has a Rolls Royce. He has this. He has that. I can't get next to that guy, you know. But I'm humble, you know. That don't make me. I just like it. But you know, people like stuff like that, and then they actually like they want to put a persona like cocky and you know talk crap, and not me. I'm different. I love it. Like I said,
you a nice guy that just likes nice things.
Exactly, 100%.
You gonna wear that fur, you gonna wear them diamonds, but then you gonna be a sweetheart, right?
Yeah, for sure. And if I gotta wear my chancletas from Walmart, I'm gonna do that. I put up something on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen. It got like 1 million views right now. Of me buying. I was buying a pair of shoes in Walmart.
There you go. You get it.
So
you get it. That's what we want.
I bought like 3 pairs of shoes in Walmart, and I was talking to Chosen, asking him how he likes it. I was like, "Yo, puppy, you like it?" He was like, "Yeah, daddy." I was like, "You look good."
He wanted some sneakers from Walmart. The ones that light
up?
I
bought him 2. I bought him some you know those sneakers that you could just slip right on with no laces, and he loves them.
Those little Skechers.
It was like $8. He loves them.
Watch those be his favorite.
Yeah, that's his favorite. Every time he comes, he's in Florida. He's like, "Daddy, give me the red shoes." I'm like, "All right."
But you know what? That's what makes you relatable. That's what makes you likable. That's what makes people that can only afford Walmart be like, I love Edgar.
Yeah. Because I could do that because I love giving back. You know, for Thanksgiving, we gave out.
Oh,
we gave out like 300 turkeys.
You did the pernils.
Yeah,
you did
the
turkeys,
turkeys and the ham. Yeah, and we did it in Bushwick. That was my first time ever doing it in Bushwick, and it was a long line. We did it like 2-day notice. And it was a line. When I tell you, like, we did it in Knickerbocker Park.
I saw the pictures. There was
a lot of, you know, lower class people that was there. and they was happy, and I like doing that, man. I like going back and touching the lower class people. You know what I'm saying? The people that's still on welfare, because that's where I came from.
Did it surprise you to see so many people there, and did you feel like, wow, I am so blessed?
Yeah, definitely. Me seeing everybody, like, especially when I got there and I came out the truck, everybody just started clapping. Yeah, Berlanga. And I was like, dang, like,
that's your people.
So people do love me.
Oh,
you know, because I get so much hate on social media that I be forgetting. Like, I feel sometimes I be feeling like everybody hates me.
Never, like,
you know,
those people. You know, social media trolls, comments. Let me tell you one thing, Edgar. You got to see the comments they leave me. They be like, I hate the host. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus, what is wrong with you people? How you don't even know me? But remember, these comments are from all over the world. These are from people that never in life would they come up to you and say nothing. You know what they would tell you? Can I take a picture with you? We got to shut out the noise. You know?
Yeah, I was telling Canessa, I was like, that one time some kid said something, yo, because sometimes, like, I read them and it don't.
Stop,
but one, yo,
don't.
it was one that had me pissed, yo. He said something and I just wrote him. I said, yo, man, why you hate so much, man? Stop hating, bro. Stop. Like, it's not good for you. He's like, oh my God, you wrote back.
He got what he wanted.
I'm a big fan, man.
Oh, now you're a fan?
Yo, he's like, yo, my God, yo, I'm sorry, man. I was just trolling. I was trying, you know, I've been wanting to get your attention. I was like, oh, I wanted a screenshot and post it up like, oh, so this is what y'all really do.
Yeah, just black out the name. It is what they really do.
Yeah, y'all really do this. Like, y'all really want to get under my skin so I could comment, you know? One time I told like a hater, I was like, yo, man, I said, yo, God loves you. And listen, I'm going to give you 2 tickets to my fight for free. He DM'd me, yo, man, yo, Edgar, me and my wife, we a big fan of you, man. I'm like, yo, this guy,
people
man. People
really be trolling, just trying to get your attention, and you let that sometimes, you know, poison your spirit and get inside your heart and be like, people hate me. But just understand, people love you, but a lot of people, they don't know how to reach you. And if getting a rise out of you is the only way they can reach you, they're going to go for it.
Yeah. That's why I feel like me going like live now I could go live on Instagram, you know, in the gym, and just like talking to my fans, you know, on TikTok, live, just talking to them, expressing myself. I feel like letting them see who I am, you know, because you can't really see who I am through pictures and little 15-second videos, 10-second, or even like on YouTube when I put out, you know, for my training camp.
Like leading up?
Yeah, like leading up to the fight. I feel like you still don't really, you can't understand, because it's like everything is cut, you know, everything is
it's perfect.
It's exactly, it's perfect. You know, you sitting down, I'm doing interviews, I'm talking, you know, but me on my everyday life, people fall in love with me. Like, I know for sure if I was to record just one day of my life, of me talking and just in the crib with chancletas on, eating, talking crap, going to the gym,
running to Walmart,
my chancletas, you heard, like just
washing
chilling
the car, making your breakfast.
Yeah. No, I'm making my.
Come on, yeah, you told me that's the only thing you could cook. Oh, for real, right? FaceTiming your publicist from your toilet.
That's when I. Every time they call me, I'm on the toilet.
Listen, that means your digestive system is on track. Okay.
For some reason, all my important people, they call me every time I'm on the toilet.
No, you know what it is? You pick up for them. It's not that they call you while you're on the toilet.
I can't not pick up. I can't, like.
Because if it was somebody else, you wouldn't pick up.
I can't not like look at her phone and like, I can't. Like, I have to pick up, like, what's up? Because I feel like it's always something. And she's calling me for something important. She never not calls me just to be like, hey, once in a blue she'll call like, hey, how you doing? You know, you good? But a lot of times she calls is business.
Listen. If she hits me, I know it's business. Yeah. It's never, hey girl, how you doing? No. Yeah. Let's get. When she hits me, I'll be like, what's up? Question mark. Because I already know something is coming down. You know.
Yeah.
But you're blessed, you know, to have somebody like that. You know, that's like in your corner and straight about business, and it's all about not just you as a business person, but you as a human. And you know that when you speak to her, you know, she cares and she understands, you know, what a great person you are.
She's I call her, she's my gangster publicist.
She fake gangster?
Yeah, she's
a sweetheart too behind closed doors?
She's a gangster.
She putting on the persona también?
No, I think it's real.
You think it's real?
Yeah. I think it's real.
Okay, fine. I thought she was doing the box of it.
She told my boy, my boy is a street guy.
What she said?
She said he was talking, she came up to my Airbnb. It was the day of Khaled's birthday. Not Khaled's birthday. It was the day of Khaled's golf tournament. and my boy was talking like super loud on the phone. He was arguing with somebody. He's like, motherfucker.
Doing the most?
And I was like, he actually was like my alarm clock a little bit because I'm waking up. I'm like, and she walks in. She's like, yo, cut this. I don't want to hear that.
She shut it down.
I don't want to hear that. He's sleeping. Relax.
There you go.
Shut it down. She said the N-word. It said the N-word, and I said, oh. And all I heard him say was, oh, you were like, my fault. Sorry. And he left. And then I woke up, and I was like, yo, what's up? Yeah, how she talk, right? Gangster, right?
And the photographer, I was like, give me your scarf.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she
got it in her.
Yeah, she got it in her.
She let it pop out whenever it's necessary.
I feel bad for her husband.
He'll be all right. He chose her. He married her. He chose that life. You don't got to feel bad for him. Now, I want to know, what do you think is the biggest misconception about you? What do people have totally wrong about you?
It's easy. I'm arrogant. They think I'm arrogant. They think I'm cocky. And I'll say like a show off. They feel like, and all of those three things is false. I'm not a show off. I'm not cocky, and I don't show off. Like, I don't do any of that. I'm like, you see what Bad Bunny said in the Super Bowl. But he said love. Wait, what was the saying that he said? Love.
Nothing was more powerful than hate and love.
Yeah, exactly.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, and I actually live by that, cause like hate is so bad, and I feel like people have that literally walk around their house, walk around outside, and just look at people and just really hate on people, and I can't live like that. I love people. I love humans. You know what I'm saying? We're created by God. And I'm just a good person, man. Like I'm really a sweetheart. I'm good. I'm a good-hearted person, and I feel sad like when people think like that of me. But eventually they're gonna know. They're gonna know who I am for real. Through my music. Not really style. Nah, but like people know. Like I don't understand. Like I feel like I speak a lot. I do. Between like a lot of the interviews that I've done in my life. People gotta just listen to my interviews and they'll fall in love with like, yo, I like this guy,
And that's why we're here today, because that's one thing I felt like let's sit down, man, because I feel like he's so misunderstood.
Yeah, super, and I tell Canessa, like anybody that talks like crap about me or says anything bad about me, be careful with them. They're not good people. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I probably I'll do little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nothing like
you have your moments.
My moments, but it'll be like being late or like like being late to something
that
or like backed up or you know what I'm saying? Like little stuff, nothing dramatic, nothing like, yo, bro, this guy's you'll never hear like, yo, this guy's a snake, yo, this guy's he backstab, yo, you gotta be careful.
I've never heard anything.
He's
like
a chimoso, yo, this guy you never hear me. I'm too real for that. I was raised with OGs, you know what I'm saying? All my friends around me is older than me. You know what I'm saying? All my friends is 40, 42, 36. They got 10 plus years older than me. I'm older. My father, 50. My coach, 50. My assistant is almost 40 years old. So I keep a lot of older people around me so my mind can be sharp. Because I feel like if I was around people my age,
forget it.
I'd be a crash out. I would have been a crash out for sure.
You have a solid team, and they're keeping you in line. It's just the public just has to get to know, the core of who you are, not just what they see leading up to a fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit talking.
Exactly.
No.
And that's regular. That's regular. You do. You gotta shit talk. You about to fight a guy that's gonna go in there and trying to kill you.
What are you doing different with this comeback, or are you just gonna be, the Edgar we know?
No, I'm just I've been praying and stopping fasting. I'm just just be, I'm gonna lay low, you know what I'm saying? Just train for this next fight and press conferences. I'm on a mission now. I feel like me doing that, people put me out there made me as a joke, you know what I'm saying? Especially after the loss, doing everything for fight week and then, how they was trying to just they use me as a meme and everything. So
I
now
feel like
everything is
gets
everything is personal now for me. Now I'm not playing with nobody. I feel like right now I'm gonna be back on my. You remember when I was knocking everybody out in the first round with that aggression, with that killer instinct, killer mindset. When I was I jumped on the ropes and I was like, I'm an effing monster.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Edgar that's coming back. You know what I'm saying? The one that don't talk, that just looks you dead in your eye and just know you gonna get it tomorrow night, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let the chaos.
I'm not, yeah, because I thought about it like, it's cool to entertain the crowd and everything, but listen, man, as long as I just gotta win and the fans are gonna be there, and then I'm doing my music on the side, so with that right there to balance everything out. I feel like if I'm doing music, making my songs, what I love to do too, and then I'm in boxing and I'm being rowdy, I'm trying to sell a fight and, trying to sell tickets and stuff, I feel like it's not gonna work. So I gotta have a balance. So if I'm doing my music thing, I'm popping my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. I'm being who I am. Making good music and boxing. I'm just a humble beast. Just going in, just hurt people, collect that bag, and just become a world champ. You know what I'm saying? And just keep putting on.
That's it. You got a solid plan.
Yeah.
Is the fight gonna be in New York? Do we know where the fight's gonna be?
Sure, for Vegas.
Vegas?
May. Yeah, early May.
All right, I gotta buy my ticket.
Yeah, and then we looking at this fight with Chris Eubank. He's a big fighter from London.
Mm-hmm.
So that's son in the talks right now that we trying to make a big fight happen in London. I don't want to do it here. I don't think it'll be. We could do it here in New York or like in Vegas,
America.
but I feel like I want to go out there. I want to collect those fans out there.
All right, take it to
I want to
UK.
fight. I want to fight in front of 80,000 people.
And you are gonna fight
Yeah.
in front of 80,000.
For sure.
Manifesting all this greatness for you. 2025 is gonna be an amazing year. 2026. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, stop! Not even. I don't even do none of that. 2026 is gonna be an amazing year for you. We're here. We're supporting you, whether it be the music, whether it be the boxing. Just know, the Latino community, New York. We're behind you 100%.
Yeah, and I love New York. I love New York. I love my fans. I love the haters too. Cause I feel like I got more hate, the more better now.
Fuel.
It's better. It's better like that anyway. I know there's like, if they're not talking about me, then there's a problem. That's why I told my boy Richardson Hitchens, he had to pull out his fight the day before the fight because he got sick and they was trashing him on social media, and I called him and I said, yo, listen, man, like, I know you're not used to this. You know what I'm saying? You never had this before. They really putting you out there like memes. They putting you like looking like a girl, painting your lips pink and stuff. I was like, bro, just take it like a champ. Just take it, bro. I'm telling you, bro, this is good. You gotta work off this now. This is actually good. He's like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, bro, that goes to show what type of fighter you are. You got sick because your fight was it was the anticipation that people wanted to watch you. And now you couldn't fight because you got sick. The day before the fight, you had to pull out. And they trashing you. Let them, bro. You already know your next fight, you got to come back. You got to come and destroy this dude. But they talking about you. That's all that matters, man. I said, yo, you should be worried if they're not talking about. I said, imagine you didn't make weight, right? And imagine you got sick and you pulled down. They didn't even care. They didn't even post you up on the memes. They didn't do none of that. You would have been like, damn, nobody cares about me.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't
popping. Yeah,
remember
so,
that?
yeah.
That's old as hell, but I still remembered it. It was coming back to my mind.
Yeah.
But now I want to really, thank you for coming by today, taking the time to sit down with me. I can't wait to hear the music.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that, if the fight is here in the U.S., I'm definitely going to make sure I pull up.
Yeah, for sure. iHeartRadio. Hopefully I get my song played on here.
Listen. We're going to do, when you drop your song, we're going to do articles. We're going to get it to all the DJs at Power 105.1. Oh, you gonna give me a bar? Is that what you were gonna do?
I said bar. I said like, ¿qué tú quieres hacer? Te compré Gucci, Moncler, Louis V, Chanel y baby, vamos a romper. Yo te quiero romper. Después de aquí nos vamos para un hotel.
¿Está bien?
Dale, baby mama, tú quieres ser mi baby mama. A mí me gusta como mama, una demonia en la cama. Ella me dice que me ama, está conmigo antes la fama. Then it keeps going.
Listen.
But that's like the.
Listen, where the beat at? Because I'm ready to hear this song right now, like the full version. But nah, Edgar, gracias.
Thank you.
Come again.